These are the most important tips for beginners that are planning on visiting Universal Orlando in the summer of 2024. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is Timea. I live right next to Universal and Disney World. I come many times a week, so you can trust my opinions.
When you are heading in from that entrance right there, you have a choice of coming this way or going that way. This way is going to get you over to Islands of Adventure. That way is going to get you over to Universal Studios.
Early park admission is available to guests staying at select Universal hotels, as well as if you have an annual pass. Certain annual passes allow early park admission on certain days, so you have to check their website. Early park admission means you get to get into the park early, usually half an hour or an hour early. So one thing to note is that not all rides are open during early park admission. So typically, people run to Hagrid's or they run to Velocicoaster, the two most popular roller coasters here at Islands of Adventure. The left side of the park when you get in, the area where Hulk is, all of that is not available for early park admission. Another tip is it rains almost every single day here in Florida. As you can see, it's kind of cloudy right now. It might rain, it might not. Kind of smells like rain. If you know, you know. I would recommend doing all of the outdoor rides first. Wait to do the indoor rides in the afternoon because typically it starts to rain in the summer in the afternoon. So if you can get all the outdoor rides done in the morning, you don't have to worry about them getting shut down. Now the rides don't get shut down because of rain, they get shut down because of lightning. Another tip is if you are looking for Velocicoaster specifically, since we've been talking about that, you're in the Jurassic Park area and you can't seem to get to the entrance, head into the Discovery Center, into that building, and if you walk down the stairs and head out the other doors, you will literally end up right at the entrance of Velocicoaster. Another beginner tip is to make sure you bring ponchos or a umbrella. Depends kind of like what you're more into. Ponchos fold up easier and fit into bags better, and they can cover your backpack if you have valuables in there, but an umbrella is also just like faster and can cover more people at once. But make sure you bring one of those. The parks do sell them, but they are really expensive here. Another beginner tip is that you can buy two types of tickets here at Universal. You can get park hopper tickets, which means you can hop between the two parks during the same day. Or you can get standard tickets, which means you can only go to one park per day. Now you can leave and come back, but you have to stay only within that one park. You can take that Hogsmeade train over to the other park, and it's like a whole experience. But I will say, if it is over like even a 30-minute wait, unless you are so excited about the experience, it's not worth it going over to the other park. You can just walk over, which is what I'm gonna do now. And walking over takes literally like 5-10 minutes. It's not worth it. Sometimes the wait is like 120 minutes. So just know that is not your only mode of transport to get over to the other park.
The bridge you would cross to get to Islands is right there, and so we're just gonna take this path along the inner side and it leads all the way to Universal. And here we are, Universal Studios.
Another beginner tip is what type of bag should you bring? Typically, a 3-prong fanny pack is always my go-to answer unless you absolutely need to bring more items. When you get onto a ride, majority of the rides do require you to put your stuff in lockers. A lot of them do have metal detectors too, so you can't just like get away with it. And the free lockers are really skinny and small, so I always recommend when you come to bring as small of a bag as absolutely possible. A 3-prong fanny pack they will allow on certain rides, so that way you don't even have to toss your things into a locker. Another tip while we're chilling in here in the merch store is that your annual pass, if you have one, gives you a discount on almost literally everything at Universal. Unlike Disney, where it's only very, very limited things, at Universal, even at the Starbucks, you can get a discount. Another beginner tip I would recommend is possibly getting a park hopper. I used to not get a park hopper, but having lived here for a long time and being able to jump between both, I've noticed that during different times of the day, one park ends up being busier than the other park, and then the crowd moves over to that park, and then the other park gets busy. So what I would recommend is, if you can or would like to, get a park hopper and then jump between parks if that's something that you can do easily, depending on wait times, and just kind of keep going back and forth to maximize your day on rides and stuff. But there's nothing wrong with just staying in one park the whole day as well. I've done that a ton of times, and you can still get a ton of stuff done. You'll just have to maybe wait in some longer lines, whereas with jumping between the two, you might have some flexibility.
Also, side note, but who is excited for this DreamWorks land? Because I can see Shrek's house right there, and oh, I'm so excited for this to open.
And another tip is quick services are kind of like cafeterias around here. You can mobile order, which means if you have the application on your phone, so if you download the Universal app on your phone, and make sure you download it for the correct coast, because there's a Universal in California on the West Coast as well, so make sure you download the Universal Orlando one. And once you download it, you can actually order your food through the app and then go pick it up, and then you don't have to wait in a huge line. The app also lets you view wait times and where bathrooms are, get directions to places. So overall, the app is just super useful. If you are trying to get into Diagon Alley, it's going to seem impossible to get into because there's just a bunch of buildings here and you're like, how do I get in? This is how you get in. You go to this part right here, right next to this purple sign. You go here and you'll see a lot of this brick. And we are just going to head right inside here. And here we go, Diagon Alley. And that was it. That is all of my beginner facts, or at least some of them. If you want to see a part 2, let me know. If there's any questions you have about something super specific that I didn't answer or cover in this video, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for coming along and hanging out. I hope at least one of these was new information that you didn't know. Have a wonderful week and magical month, and I'll see you all in the next one.